Washington increasingly unnerved by Mojtaba Khamenei's sudden ascension to power, Trump's top aides is now rolling out a new weapons threat. America is openly preparing to unleash terrifying 2,000-pound bombs, as Secretary of War Pete Hegseth vows that the heaviest phase of U.S. strikes yet to come. Hegseth's dramatic announcement landed at the very moment Iran confirmed Khamenei's son Mojtaba as the new supreme leader. Even as it loses advanced weapons and precious troops on multiple fronts, the United States remains adamant that its bombing campaign must continue. As the America-Iran war grinds on and intensifies, Pentagon leaders are warning that the most devastating phase of this conflict has not even started yet and could dwarf everything seen so far. U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has bluntly stated that the heaviest phase of America's bombing campaign against Iran has not begun yet, hinting at a far more destructive stage ahead. In an interview with CBS News 60 Minutes, Hegseth said the war is now entering a more intense stage, with U.S. forces shifting to tactics designed to break Iran's military backbone. These munitions include powerful 500, 1,000 and 2,000-pound bombs normally reserved for large-scale operations, signaling a readiness to escalate to maximum conventional force. Hegseth added that despite thousands of strikes already carried out, the U.S. campaign against Iran is, in his words, still far from complete and will continue until all objectives are met. Hegseth said, and I quote, "We're willing to go as far as we need to in order to be successful. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to surrender. This is only just the beginning. The ability for us to be up over the top and hunting with more conventional munitions, gravity bombs, 500-pound, 1,000-pound, 2,000-pound bombs on military targets. That we haven't even really begun to start that effort of the campaign, which is going to showcase even more how we will execute on those objectives." Hegseth's stark warning landed just as Iran formally appointed Ali Khamenei's son as his successor, tying U.S. rhetoric directly to the country's leadership transition. Mojtaba Khamenei was named the new supreme leader by Iran's Assembly of Experts during the intervening night of March 8 to 9th, after tense and closely watched session. His appointment was announced only hours after a fresh threat from the U.S. president, making the succession feel like a direct rebuke to Washington's pressure. On March 8, Trump had warned that whoever is chosen as Iran's leader without U.S. blessing won't last long, a statement Tehran read as blatant interference in its internal affairs. Hegseth boasted that the combined air power of the United States and Israel remains unmatched anywhere in the world, suggesting Iran stands no chance in a prolonged air war. He argued openly that this war was never meant to be a fair fight between equals, but rather a one-sided contest where U.S. dominance is overwhelming. According to him, the true goal is to systematically dismantle Iran's ability to wage military operations, breaking its capacity to threaten U.S. forces or allies. "This is war. This is about bringing your enemy to their knees," Hegseth said, underlining just how uncompromising Washington's approach has become. He added that Donald Trump alone will ultimately determine the terms under which any Iranian surrender takes place, reinforcing the president's central role in deciding Iran's fate. U.S. officials have quietly confirmed that 9 MQ-9 Reaper drones have already been lost since the start of the campaign, reflecting the real costs of constant operations. With each MQ-9 priced at roughly $30 million, those drone losses alone translate into more than $270 million in destroyed hardware. The U.S. has also lost at least 3 F-15 fighter jets to friendly fire incidents in Kuwait, a grim reminder of the fog of war even among allies. Across the wider Middle East, Iranian strikes have destroyed radar arrays and interceptor systems worth billions of dollars, punching holes in U.S. and allied defenses. Officially, Washington acknowledges the loss of 7 U.S. service members so far, while Iran claims, far more dramatically, that over 500 American troops have been killed. On March 8, Iran Security Chief Ali Larijani further asserted that U.S. troops have been taken prisoner, adding a new and explosive dimension to the conflict narrative.
He is trying to tempt with the blood of American soldiers. Anyway, they lie about their own soldiers being killed. They say 5 or 6 died, and every now and then, they claim that in an accident, 20 more died. Look at how many American soldiers were actually killed in this region. Now, I heard some of these soldiers have been taken prisoners in one of the regional countries. I think it would be better if Trump admitted he was wrong. He was fooled and manipulated by Israel. You wanted to say it was America first, But it ended up being Israel first and America last. So correct it, understand, and admit your mistake. Why are you struggling? Using any excuse to speak crudely. A president using vulgar and cruel language is not good for him. They just laugh at him. A person at that high level should speak appropriately and in proportion to their position. Trump said, for Iran's future leadership, I am the one who should give an opinion. In my opinion, the person is very foolish. He doesn't understand, no country would accept it, especially Iranians, who have always shown intellectual maturity. They are the owners of civilization. Then you, Trump, come and say you want to choose the next Iranian leader? It's a very foolish thought. Mr. Trump once said that he was tempted, based on Netanyahu's statements, to attack Iran. That is the capacity of a president of a country. He was tempted like that. You have squandered all of America's interests. Now look at how much this war has cost America. The American people need to know what cost Mr. Trump's temptation has incurred for them. The US's prestige in the region has been shattered. These countries in the region sometimes speak out against it, but they know that the US is no longer seeking their security. We haven't closed the Strait of Hormuz, it's closed naturally, no one can pass because there's constant conflict there. They attack our boats, we are forced to attack them. They attack our ships, we have to attack their ships. Therefore it's unsafe. Anyone with cargo in a ship can't go from here. Therefore a disruption in maritime transportation is created. Americans should know that we will not leave them. You have left a pain in our hearts. We won't leave you. You must accept that you no longer have the right to violate Iran. Accept that you have been insolent. Which international law says that a country can say it has attacked another country because of its own desires? The end of the war and settling will happen when they realize they no longer have the right to transgress against Iran and compensate for the damages inflicted upon the Iranian nation. This filth they have created on the international stage will have a heavy price. You have committed an assassination against the leader of Iran. It's unprecedented. The price for this will not be small. We will leave them be. This war has a lot of consequences. It doesn't just limit itself to Iran. It's an achievement that will prevent anyone from doing such things again. Mr. Trump had a taste of Venezuela. He thought he could do this immediately to Iran, too, and now he's stuck. He shouldn't be let go. He must pay for this. They thought they could do something with some ethnicities that turn them against the government and create the idea of separation. For example, going and talking to the Kurds and provoking them. They are unaware that Kurds are a very original Iranian ethnic group. Now, there might be disagreements within them, but these Kurds know what the Americans did to Syria while they were in power. We had previously told our European friends as well that if you participate in the war, we will be forced to get involved with you. They know that we have no interest in expanding the war, but if they intervene themselves, we have no choice but to retaliate. But I admit that Europeans didn't pay attention to Trump in this regard, and they are right because he has been disloyal in various cases, striking at the arteries of Europe and humiliating them.